Northern Liberties is on the move. This movement can be seen in the neighborhood churches, where substantial improvements have been made to the local environment, such as St. Michael's Russian Orthodox Church at 4th and Fairmount, St. Agnes St. John's at 4th and Brown, and the Romanian Church at American and Brown, which is on the National Register of Historic Places. This movement can also be seen in the art studios which are springing up in the community, such as the Integrity Building at 4th and Green, also on the National Register, and the Art Studio at 4th and Brown. But most importantly, proof that Northern Liberties is on the move can be seen in the rehabilitation and new construction of the many residential buildings in the community, such as the 200 block of Brown Street and the 900 block of American Street. Standing on the lot at 4th and Poplar Street, known as the Dolly Madison lot, one can note the vast amount of rehab which was done by the federal government under the Total Rehab Program. The 5 houses which face the lot on Poplar Street and the 4 that face it on 4th Street were all restored with government money. Grants in the amount of $3 million have been awarded to homeowners to assist the low-income families in fixing up their homes. The building at Oriana and Poplar is also being restored for residential use. The government has also been responsible for doing major repairs on the recreation center at 3rd and Fairmount to better serve the neighborhood residents. Over 100 blocks of curbs and sidewalks and more than 200 trees have been planted in an effort to make Northern Liberties a better place to live. Vacant lots, once strewn with trash and debris, have become community gardens or private gardens, causing motorists and pedestrians to take a second look as they pass by. In conjunction with government programs, private developers, and individual homeowners, our neighborhood has taken on a distinct residential quality, with work being done on houses all year long. The Disc Makers building at 3rd and Poplar will soon be renovated for residential apartments, and a portion of the Ortlieb building has been sold for an art studio and apartments. Because we realize the importance of businesses to our community, and because we welcome the mixed-use aspect of Northern Liberties, we have established an excellent working relationship with the local businessmen. Places such as the Marion Bank, the Architectural Antique Exchange, and the Laurel Meatpacking Company at 4th and Brown, where 2 of our murals are painted, are indeed assets to Northern Liberties. However, we cannot ignore the negative impact of some of the businesses in the area. Businessmen who care nothing for the surrounding environment, but rather put in their hours, lock their doors, and turn their backs on the community at large. The Stallman Metal Company at 3rd and Poplar Street is an example of this type of business. As we stand on the site of the proposed housing development at 4th and Poplar and look east, the view is a stark contrast to the residential flavor of most of the area. The white cinder block building with its massive rear door will not be aesthetically pleasing to people interested in purchasing moderate-income townhouses. And we fear that the large rear door facing Oriana Street is for no other purpose than to allow access of large trucks at this location. The front of the building is also an eyesore. Our organization has already painted over some of the graffiti from the front doors, but the front-end loaders, which are visible on the sidewalk, and the large trucks which block the intersection cannot be erased as easily as the graffiti. Our concepts for Northern Liberties can be visualized in this rendering of the Dolly Madison lot, which details 240 townhouses, and the commercial strip we had hoped would materialize where the Stallman building was recently erected. In summary, while we welcome the mixed use of the businesses and the residents, we must look to the future and assist in relocation efforts for heavy industry to expand, rather than allow them to be an island in the middle of a residential development.
Northern Liberties is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Philadelphia. Recently, this mixed industrial and residential area has been experiencing a renaissance. Hundreds of artists like Jeff Kipax have been buying buildings and renovating them into studios. This revitalization can be seen everywhere, and it's a real source of pride to the people living in Northern Liberties.
The spirit of Philadelphia is alive in Northern Liberties. Yay!